Red alarm lights flash against concrete walls. Sirens blare deep inside the underground bunker, deafening anyone nearby. This is right beneath World War II Berlin, one of Nazi Germany's most secretive bunkers. There is silent but deadly movement in the corridor. 8 modern American Green Berets are quickly neutralizing the last SS guards in the hallway with their suppressed weapons. The team leader rushes to the table, grabs the classified documents and microfilms on nuclear and defense projects, stuffs them into a waterproof bag, and signals the team to move out. They head straight for the exit route, but the massive steel doors at the end of the tunnel begin to slam shut with a heavy thud. The German officers upstairs realize something is wrong in the bunker and completely lock down the entire facility. 8 Special Forces operators are trapped yards beneath the ground, right in the heart of enemy territory. The Green Berets secretly infiltrated Nazi Berlin, entered the most heavily guarded bunker, and captured intelligence that could change the course of the war. But the real challenge begins now. Getting into Berlin was a tough mission, but getting out of this city alive seems almost impossible. To survive, they must escape this bunker, cross enemy lines, and reach American troops near the Elbe River. This means they face roughly 150 kilometers of dangerous roads, forests, military checkpoints, patrols, and thousands of German soldiers hunting them down. Now the question is, can these 8 soldiers actually make it to the Elbe River? Inside the bunker, time is running out. German soldiers are rushing through the side corridors toward the base. But the Green Berets use a flashbang against the first group approaching the hallway. They fire rapid, precise shots at the oncoming enemy with their suppressed rifles. They throw a heavy smoke grenade to completely block visibility. Since the main exit door is locked, they switch to a backup plan. The team's combat engineer places explosives on a weak maintenance wall. A massive explosion blows a hole through the wall. The soldiers push through the smoke and head down an emergency tunnel. The end of the tunnel leads them outside, but the bunker's outer security perimeter is already on high alert. There are military vehicles and dozens of troops everywhere. The Green Berets quickly break through the outer security ring using close quarters tactics, using the darkness to vanish into the ruined streets and rubble of Berlin. The German command center analyzes the situation immediately and realizes they are not dealing with an ordinary sabotage group. Incoming reports show that the attackers are using weapons never heard of before. The regional commander takes action right away, deploying search teams, roadblocks, and armored vehicles across the area. Initially, between 80 and 120 soldiers join the manhunt around the bunker. As reports reach the high command, the scale of the operation expands rapidly. Since the Germans are already stretched thin in World War II, they cannot deploy too many troops, but they take incredibly serious measures. Once the initial chaos settles, a battalion-sized Waffen-SS unit is assigned to hunt down these 8 soldiers. This force of about 500 to 700 troops spreads across a wide area in patrols, roadblocks, and search teams. Their orders are crystal clear. Recover the stolen documents at all costs and capture or completely wipe out these mysterious infiltrators before they can reach Allied lines. The Green Berets know very well that moving along open roads is suicide. They slip out of Berlin's outer suburbs and quickly retreat into the dense, rugged woods. They have no intention of engaging in a head-on fight with a 100-strong SS battalion in an open field. They set booby traps along the paths they cross, placing invisible tripwires between the trees. They wear down the pursuing groups with hit-and-run tactics. When night falls, their modern night vision gear gives them a massive advantage. Although the German soldiers are highly experienced and brave, they have no idea what to do against an 8-man ghost team that can see them perfectly in the dark and uses tactics from the future. A total hunt begins deep in the forest. German vanguard units track the footprints on the ground, but these tracks pull them straight into a deadly trap. They are caught completely off guard by sudden suppressed gunfire from the trees. Another patrol entering a narrow forest path gets scattered in seconds by a sudden flank attack from the Green Berets, and the American soldiers vanish back into the fog like ghosts. As a military truck carrying a massive search spotlight scans the trees, the team slips behind it and silently takes out the soldiers. Throughout the night, they use their suppressed weapons to pick off German patrols one by one without ever giving away their own position. On top of that, they use captured German radios to feed false reports, confusing the pursuing units and sending them in completely different directions. But these special forces operators are not robots, and they have their limits. Their biggest issue is that their modern ammunition is highly limited. They haven't slept for days, they are exhausted, and they are deep in enemy territory. Their radios cannot reach the American main headquarters from this distance, leaving them with no way to call for air support or logistical help. The device batteries are slowly dying. If they waste all their ammunition in a major firefight, they will never finish the journey to the Elbe River. As one soldier checks the magazines, he reports that their 5.56 and 7.62 caliber rounds have dropped to critical levels. After slipping past the traps in the forest, they realize that traveling on foot is too slow. There is still a long way to go. To pick up the pace, they urgently need vehicles, fuel, and most importantly, German weapons. Near the main road, they spot a small German logistics convoy and a small field headquarters. There are Opel Blitz trucks, Kübelwagen off-road vehicles, ammo crates, fuel cans, plenty of German rifles, and a dug-in MG-42 heavy machine gun. The Green Berets immediately plan a lightning-fast, aggressive raid. First, they eliminate the perimeter guards without making a sound. Then, they trigger a small explosion at a distant corner of the camp to draw attention there. As the German soldiers head toward the blast, the Green Berets storm the main command tent and the vehicle hub at lightning speed. They quickly gather regional maps, fuel, and German weapons. To provide cover, they also take some German military parkas with them. They instantly start up a working Kübelwagen and an Opel Blitz truck, speeding away before large reinforcement forces can reach the campsite. Now they are driving at full speed west toward the Elbe River. Inside the vehicles, roles are clearly divided. One soldier is at the wheel, another tracks the route on the map, while the soldiers in the back watch the road and their rear. They drive past ruined roads, abandoned vehicles, and other retreating German units. The stolen German vehicles and the parkas they wore give them temporary stealth, but it does not last long. Tension mounts along the way. They slow down at the first serious military checkpoint they encounter. As one of the soldiers inspects the paperwork, he realizes something is wrong, grows suspicious, and reaches for his weapon. The Green Berets do not hesitate for a second, stepping on the gas and crashing right through the barricade. Immediately, German motorcycle units give chase. A Kübelwagen catches up from behind, opening heavy fire from the side. When the truck's engine gets damaged during the firefight, they stop immediately and switch to the remaining functional vehicle. Up ahead, their path gets blocked by a German armored vehicle, forcing them off the main road and onto dangerous village roads and side paths. As they near the Elbe River, the chase turns into a brutal fight for survival. Just before the river, SS units set up a final blockade line consisting of motorcycles and a light armored vehicle. The Green Berets are completely drained, and their ammunition is nearly gone. Standing their ground for a prolonged battle here is impossible. They must break through this final obstacle at all costs. The final showdown is brutal. Deciding to completely abandon the heavy and conspicuous truck, they move forward on foot. To cross an open field and a damaged bridge area, they throw their last smoke grenades. The team's demolitions expert hurls their last modern plastic explosive at the tracks of the approaching German armored vehicle, leaving it completely immobilized. Another soldier keeps the enemy pinned down at the barricade with a captured machine gun. The soldiers advance in pairs, covering each other and constantly changing positions. Finally, through the trees, they see the shimmer of the Elbe River and the positions of the American troops on the opposite bank. They immediately fire a flare and try to call out to the Americans on the emergency frequency using their radio. The American soldiers on the far bank do not understand what is happening at first. After a brief hesitation, an American boat crossing to this side of the river evacuates the soldiers. And that highly valuable intelligence bag recovered from the bunker is safely handed over to the American officer. So, going back to the initial question, could 8 modern Green Berets survive in World War II Nazi Berlin? They probably could have survived because they were close to US forces and had modern equipment. What do you think? I am waiting for your comments. Also, for similar videos, you can click on the playlist on the screen. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.